who keeps you up at night. When Danny tells about a sexual experience with his ex-girlfriend, Lisa's emotional buildup is evident. Danny and Lisa, two insomniacs who become friends during late-night phone calls, are the focus of Still Up Season 1. Lisa and Danny strike up a lighthearted, endearing late-night connection. Danny and Lisa have a not-so-late-night talk to start off Episode 3 of Still Up. Amy is coming over to the former's flat for their big date. He hasn't yet explained to her why he is unable to leave, and he hopes it doesn't arise in the middle of the night. Lisa, on the other hand, is growing bored at home. Veggie spent the weekend attending an insurance seminar in Aberdeen. He hasn't yet returned home. Danny asks Adam to bring him the supplies he needs for dinner because he is unable to leave the house. He desires for their first date with Amy to be memorable. According to Lisa, one of her dates took her to a food cart that required pedaling in order to access the meal. On the night, she nearly traveled 7 miles. She claimed that was the worst date night ever. Adam shares a terrifying tale as they ponder which body part they could live without willingly. His uncle was an industrial worker. One of his friends suffered serious injuries after having his nose severed by a machine. His uncle placed it in his mouth till they arrived at the hospital in order to preserve it. The strange element of the story is that, despite the unattractive appearance, the physicians were able to suture that portion back onto the nose. Lisa reassures Danny that everything will be fine despite his anxiety before the date. As he nervously suggests to keep the door open until Amy arrives, Danny's anxiety overtakes him. He wants to take this action so that she will feel safe. However, Amy is capable of handling his eccentricity and makes up for it with her assurance. Lisa makes an effort to keep occupied by doing everyday activities like painting and watching television. But nothing will be of any use. The fact that Veggie's flight is delayed only makes things worse. He won't be back till after midnight. Things couldn't be going any better for Danny and Amy's date night. He cheerfully lets Lisa know the same. To Lisa's relief, Veggie returns home at last. He has dinner prepared by her. They laugh around and swap embarrassing stories. Even a card game called Spicy Talks is played by them to pass the time. Amy and Danny can be seen playing the same game simultaneously. Before long, Veggie declares that he must retire to bed. He wants to up early so that he can work out. Lisa is disappointed but does not object. In fact, she makes an effort to get into bed early with him. She calls her mother since she can't get to sleep. Amy makes Danny feel at ease since she is so assured and laid back. They have a great time together in the end, and Amy is obviously attracted to him. But as Amy heads out for the evening, she decides against Danny's suggestion for another date. She believes they shouldn't meet because Danny hasn't moved on from her ex. Danny is perplexed because he didn't bring up Chloe once all night. Amy claims that is when she made reference to Lisa, whom Danny had been chatting with for the majority of the evening. Lisa's mother prods her to consider her own needs. She gets the impression Lisa wants to discuss their lack of chemistry with Veggie. Still Up's 3rd episode poses a risk of taking the program out of the platonic realm of adult friendships, and I'm not sure if it is the best course of action. That was the main issue with the premise of the show, 2 sleep-deprived adults supporting one another without any romantic overtones. The first 2 episodes did a good job of addressing the writer's lack of options, but after that, inspiration did seem to be in limited supply. They perceive the potential new storyline as a solution to this problem, making their job possibly a little bit simpler. I'm even more eager to watch the upcoming episode after how this one ended in order to validate or refute this statement. In this episode, Lois Chimimba made a confident cameo. Amy and Danny, in my opinion, would have been a fantastic match. He may have been able to come out of his shell with her help. Don't forget like, comment and subscribe for more videos.